Disney has just dropped the very first trailer for the upcoming Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers film, headed to Disney Plus this May. In this video, I'll be diving into the trailer, breaking down all the new details we've got on story and cast, as well as tearing apart all of the major Easter eggs and surprise cameos. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all the cartoon news. That's right, after 30 years off our screens, the Rescue Rangers are back in their very own feature-length film, coming to us from Walt Disney Pictures and the crew at the Lonely Island. In a surprise twist, the film is set to be a super meta take on the property, placing the characters in the real world as cartoon actors. It's kind of a bit like Roger Rabbit Part 2, and in fact, Roger does actually make an appearance here, but more on that soon. Alongside the brand new trailer, Disney have released a poster, which features the characters in an action pose, standing atop a gigantic Rescue Rangers logo. The film's tagline reads, "It's not a reboot, it's a comeback," while the social media post continues to call the film an all-new, never-done-before, completely 100% original movie based on pre-existing IP owned by Disney. Furthermore, a synopsis released alongside the trailer describes the film as such: a comeback 30 years in the making. The hybrid live-action CG animated action comedy catches up with the former Disney afternoon television stars in modern-day Los Angeles. In Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale are living amongst cartoons and humans, but their lives are quite different now. It has been decades since their successful television series was cancelled, and Chip has succumbed to a life of suburban domesticity as an insurance salesman. Dale, meanwhile, has had CGI surgery and works the nostalgia convention circuit, desperate to relive his glory days. When a former castmate mysteriously disappears, Chip and Dale must repair their broken friendship and take on their Rescue Rangers detective personas once again to save their friend's life. Of course, as mentioned in the synopsis, Dale has had a CGI surgery, which means the character will be presented in CG animation, while Chip takes on his traditional design. It is a little bit jarring at first, but given the comedic nature of it, I think it works great. Obviously, the film is taking on an animation live-action hybrid form, and while we did expect this, what we didn't expect is to what extent this film would handle this. In here, there's a mix of CG characters, hand-drawn characters, anime characters, and even motion capture characters. Again, this makes the film very Roger Rabbit, featuring cartoon characters living in the real world. And much like Roger Rabbit, this opens up possibilities for tons of cameo appearances of mostly Disney characters. Of course, there's the fairly obvious appearances of Roger Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Three Little Pigs from Walt Disney's classic 1933 Silly Symphony short, Aladdin from Aladdin, a pack of My Little Pony ponies, and the DuckTales version of Scrooge McDuck, hopefully leaving open the possibilities of a DuckTales reboot film if this one does well. A little bit more obscure is an appearance from Treasure Planet's Jim Hawkins, and even more obscure is the appearance of MC Skat and Paula Abdul from her 1989 music video Opposites Attract. This is a super deep cut, as animation in this video clip was originally handled by artists from both the Disney and Warner teams of the era. There's a really crazy reference here to Australian spread Vegemite too, which appears to feature an image of Mighty Mouse on it. However, this isn't called Vegemite here, but Veg-E-Mighty. Of course, Monterey Jack is an Australian character, and this is likely his Vegemite. While he doesn't appear here as a character, there is a fairly hidden appearance of a Felix the Cat doll in the sewer. There's also this weird hybrid freak, which looks to be a sort of Frankenstein's monster, combining elements of Marie from the Aristocats, Robin Hood, and Wreck-It Ralph. There are a few other cartoon characters in here that look somewhat familiar, but I just can't place. If you do know or otherwise spotted any others that I didn't, please weigh down in the comments below. When the trailer shifts to sequences set at a fan convention, there's plenty of cosplay cameos. In this shot, we get a possible Star Wars fan, Pee Wee Herman, Borat, a Batman fan, Pennywise from It, and a random Batman-Joker hybrid. While most of these characters reflect Disney IP, it's odd to see a couple of Warner properties in here, such as Batman and It, though perhaps there's some kind of reciprocal deal going on here, just like in the original Roger Rabbit. In this wider shot, we get to see cosplayers portraying Mario, Charlie Brown, Harley Quinn, and many, many more. We also get to see a Moana cosplay in a later shot. There's a few pop culture Easter eggs in here as well. At the convention, we get a brief nod to Indiana Jones, playing on the fact that Chip's outfit was originally inspired by Harrison Ford's classic character. Dale's outfit was inspired by Tom Selleck's Magnum PI, but no such reference here. There is a Jurassic Park inspired moment as well, and a funny little reference to the much maligned 2019 film version of Cats. Of course, there's also some shade thrown at those mostly awful motion capture animation films of the mid to late 2000s, most of which were directed by Robert Zemeckis for Disney before poor reception forced the style out of Hollywood. Of course, these and other creepy characters are found while Chip and Dale are obviously on a walk through the Uncanny Valley. A term which, according to Google Dictionary, is used in reference to the phenomenon whereby a computer-generated figure or humanoid robot bearing a near-identical resemblance to a human being arouses a sense of unease or revulsion in the person viewing it. Early in the trailer, Dale is seen in a pair of MC Hammer pants, even performing the famous singer's trademark Hammer Time move. And of course, the movie finds a way to sneak in a really brief Walt Disney World appearance. The trailer also gives us some great Rescue Rangers series Easter eggs too. Of course, the trailer opens with a brief recap of the series and its phenomena. Granted, this is a little bit overblown, but it provides a nice little recap on the series for today's youth who probably haven't grown up with it, and a nice little slice of nostalgia for those of us who did. We even get a look at some real-life Rescue Rangers merch, including the Nintendo Entertainment System Capcom game, a classic 80s lunchbox, and some plush toys. This segment transitions into a 90s era film set where the Rangers are wrapping up their final episode before being cancelled. The Rangers are presented in their classic traditional animated hand-drawn designs, though clearly built with CGI models. Here we not only get to see Chip and Dale, but the rest of the Rescue Rangers crew, including Monterey Jack, Gadget, and Zipper. We also get a few shots of the classic Ranger plane throughout the trailer, showing us that the Rangers' favourite vehicle is back in action too. Overall, the movie looks to offer up an action-packed adventure much like the episodes of the original series, which will see our characters going up against crazy animal villains, getting caught up in explosive situations, and getting stuck in out-there locations. While there's very little else to mention about the trailer itself, it's worth mentioning the stacked cast that has been announced for the movie. Of course, as Chip and Dale, we have John Mulaney and Andy Samberg respectively, while Aussie Eric Bana is here as Monterey Jack, Tress MacNeille reprises her role as Gadget, Corey Burton reprises his role as Zipper, and Kiki Lane also takes a major unannounced role. Additional cast members in the film also include Will Arnett, Fuller Borg, Dennis Haysbert, Keegan-Michael Key, Tim Robinson, Seth Rogen, J.K. Simmons, and Chris Parnell. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers sadly isn't coming to theatres, but will head direct to Disney Plus on the newly announced date of May 20, 2022. In a year when Disney Pictures isn't releasing a single film to theatres, this is even more of a shame. Of course, when we do know more about this one or get another trailer, I'll keep you all updated with more videos. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the biggest cartoon news, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more regular installments like this. And if you're keen on diving deep into the history of all your favourite animated characters, don't forget to check out my continuing Cartoon Evolution series linked at the end of the video. And at that, I'm throwing it over to you. I want to know, are you as excited for Rescue Rangers as I am? What would you love to see in the movie, and what cameos are you hoping for? Throw away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.